What I want to do is go over how generational wealth is passed down and how it could be done using a 500K life insurance, right? Now, this is you. You have this is your possessions. 500K life insurance. You also have a home valued at 300,000. You have another 100,000 mortgage left on that home. You also have, let's say, a 401K worth 100,000. 401K. Remember my book, Take Your House Out of Your Name. Your home is in a trust. So over here is your trust, right? So if you read the ebook, you know, put your home in a trust. Now, anytime you have life insurance, your life insurance should always cover the remaining balance of your mortgage so your family could remain living in that house. That is crucial. So now, once you pass away, you have 500K that went into the trust. So we have 500 in the trust. You have 100,000 paid off the balance of your mortgage, right? So now your house is worth 300K. Your 100K from your 401K went into your trust. You place all these things into your trust before you die. The life insurance is made out to the trust. Your home is already in a trust. Your 401K is in a trust. Now, when you pass away, here's everything in the trust after you pass away. But remember, you're not selling the home because your family is keeping the home. You took the 500, you took 100 to pay off the remaining mortgage. The remaining mortgage of your home, you took 100 from the 5. That's 400. So you have the 400 remaining from the life insurance and the 100 from the 401K. So you have $500,000 after you pass away, right? In the trust. When you pass away, let's say you have 2 kids. Each one of your kids, they get half of the value of the trust. So now each one of these kids, they get half, which is 250. Now you divide that up, they get 125. $125,000 each. The other 250,000 stayed in the trust. What happened with that money, with that 250,000 that was in the trust? Here go to 250. What you're gonna do with that? That gets invested into S&P fund that makes about 6% a year. That's what's happening with that. So every year, that 250K in an S&P making 6% will make $15,000 every year, 250K. Now this is an important number, 250K per year. So now your kids, they got 125,000 apiece after your death, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is because they also own the home. They also have a $300,000 house amongst them, right? So they also have the house. So this is what the kids have right here amongst them too. So now, what happens after this is, let's say your 2 kids, this is generation 1, let me put that there. Let's say your 2 kids have 2 kids. What you must structure into your trust is when you want to give your grandkids second generation. When do you want to give your grandkids their money? Now, let's say you want to give your grandkids their money at 18. So the reason why this number is important, 15K a year that the 250,000 making, is because that's going to be making that money for 18 years, because they're not getting their portion of the trust until they turn 18. So that's 18 years. That 250,000 is going to be making 15K. That's $270,000 in interest that's made over 18 years. So you made $270,000 off of $250K invested over 18 years because they can't get that money. So now, by the time they turn 18, that's the interest plus the original amount put in. That there is $520,000 when they turn 18. When they turn 18 years old, there's $520,000 in a trust waiting for them. This is where you use percentages. Each one of them can get 10% of whatever in that trust. So he gets 52K. Your grandkids each get 52,000, which doesn't seem like a lot. But here where it is a lot, because their parents' job is to do what you did. They should be creating them a trust. They should be creating a trust also to add on to their children's wealth. But let's say they don't. Your job is you want to make sure you're handing down your wealth. So now each one of them get 52,000. So now let's add up this and minus it from there. 104,000. So that's $208,000 that came out of here. $208K from the 520,000 that was left to your grandkids. So now that's $240,000 going back. That's still in the trust. After your 4 grandkids get 52,000 apiece, there's 204K still in a fund being invested. Still in a fund being invested. So 240 is in it. Now let's say your grandkids. Each one of your grandkids have 2 kids. Each one of your grandkids have 2 kids. This is the 3rd generation. So now remember, this $204,000 is going back and being invested again. So this is making 6%. I made a little error here. Let's go. This is 208,000. So that leaves 312,000 left over after they get their $208,000 divided amongst your great-grandchildren. So your kids, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. So you took care of 3 generations so far, and that's $312,000 left. That's back into the S&P. So now remember, your great-grandkids can't get their money till they turn 18 years old. So now that's 300,000 in the S&P for 18 years again, making 6%. So that will be $18,720 per year. That $312 is making every year. So now they don't get that money until they turn 18. So when they turn 18, that's $336,960,000 of interest only. 18 years, that's the interest. We have to add the $312,000, the original investment, to get this interest. So now we have $653,960 by the time they turn 18. And remember, they're all getting 10%. K. Third generation just got 66K. So now with the 66K, the total amount of money they received is $528,000. So now we have to subtract that from here. 0, 6, 9, 0, 3. Now you have 130,000 left over for your fourth generation. Let's say they have 2 kids. Now this amount gets divided amongst your fourth generation. So by the time the money gets here, this money should all be depleted by the time it reaches the fourth generation. But here's the thing. You had your kids, then 18 years later, your grandkids, then 18 years later, your great-grandkids, then 18 years later, your great-great-grandkids were able to receive funds from a trust that you started from a $500,000 life insurance and $100K that was in your 401K. Assume you didn't have the 401K. You could have actually still done this with only a life insurance policy of $500,000 life insurance, which ranges anywhere from $100 to $200 a month in life insurance. This structure grows bigger every time the parent creates a trust. So if every parent was to continuously create a trust by learning from what you did, this will continuously go down, all the way down. That's one of the structures a wealthy family used to create generational wealth, but now we're doing it with only a $500K life insurance. ASK, always seek knowledge. Peace.